Have I chose the right camera? It looks like I have. Yes, I've chosen the right overlay. And we immediately start with a subscription from a guest. We can't hear you. What has happened to your mic? It's not coming through. There you go. Something's happening.
There we go.
There
Is it
we go.
working?
Yeah, there we go. Much better. All right. Welcome to the
Sorry about
No, that's fine. Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers livecast. My name is Ryan, and I am currently joined by Darius and a Duncan, who's here by face at the moment. He is looking to turn up. I'm just keeping the overlay for him, just so we've got that there ready to go. It, what a week! It's a week. Things are happening, but like a month has happened for you, Darius.
that.
It keeps cutting in and out.
Don't know what's wrong. Should work. It should work.
Okay, keep talking and it won't take you
I'll
out.
keep talking. Okay, so that's the issue. If I stop talking, it does not record my voice.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So yeah, how has your month been? I see that you're in a new you're in a loft.
I am into yeah, kind of loft. Second floor, ground floor, first floor, second. Basically I moved into a new area, to a new house. This time is not rented. This time is own.
All yours.
All mine, which means all the issues are mine.
Oh no. No, you said oh no, you started off with all the issues are yours. I feel I need to sit back. Okay. Okay, explain what's going on if you want. I mean, this is going out to the world and about 3 people who are watching, so
So,
oh,
technical stuff.
yep.
From the recent technical stuff, you know those Ethernet ports which you have in walls,
Yes.
and they supposed to provide internet connections. So once you have a router, plug it into the wall, and somewhere in another room you again plug in the device via Ethernet to the wall,
Yep.
and that should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, scratch that.
Oh. Oh, there's the first part. Oh,
Uh, I do have internet
yeah.
upstairs. It's not 100% on speed because Wi-Fi and distance.
Mm.
So that's maybe why I am slightly lagging with my voice. I'm trying to switch off every single unnecessary now software
Right, okay.
to make sure I do have that 100% connection speed for you guys. It is all for you, nothing for me.
Oh, it's nice to see you're able to you're sacrificing stuff for the greater good. I say
So
the greater good. It's just
I move in. I still have not really prepped. I mean, finished everything.
Mm-hmm.
However, my room will be quite spacious. There will be a lot of space, and so I am able to dedicate even a end wall over there
Mm-hmm.
for the green screen, photo shoot, all tripods, lights, etc.
So you've actually got a studio in your
I do
second
have
floor, or
space for
you have
it.
the space for a studio in your
I
second
do
floor.
have
Let's
a
yeah, you're
space.
right. Let's not go too far ahead of ourselves.
I do have the equipment for it also for like past 2 years or so.
Yeah.
It's just I need finish all the little bits,
Mm-hmm.
all small bits, and then move everything where I want everything to be. Because
Yeah.
right now that I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes here and the Kallax.
Oh, that's funny. You mentioned a Kallax. I was watching for like a brief moment on a Saturday evening, a documentary on how IKEA does it, like just how
Okay.
they run the business, and there was a challenge. This the sad ramblings of a 35-year-old man here now. Yeah, so there was a challenge involving three pairs or three couples having to build a Kallax in the quickest time. Or it was a combination of the Kallax like shelving unit, so just the normal like the box
Yeah.
looking thing. There's one basically it's one that I've basically got to the side of me, um, along with the Kallax vertical shelf with drawers, and it was basically three different experiences of flat pack furniture from a couple who builds it all the time to a couple who's looked at these instructions for the first time and gone, "What the hell is a flat pack?" And just watching the pair, just watching like the couple who won did it in like just under 2 hours and did it perfectly. Martin's already on the idea that why is it taking them so long? I mean, there was a pair of builders who, or like flat pack builders, the ones you hire to come out to your house to pick them up.
Yeah.
They did it in they did it in 51 minutes for the same sort of thing. But like the middle couple took 2.5 hours and broke it.
How you can break it?
What they
It's
decided to
idiot proof.
no, these were idiots. I mean, one of them turned around and said, "Like, my 3 degrees don't prepare me for this. It doesn't require a fucking degree to put IKEA furniture together. I've put up IKEA furniture for my mum. It's pissed. Read the instructions. Read, and it works."
Yes. Pay attention to pictures, basically. You don't
Yeah.
have to even read, you just pay attention to the pictures.
Mm-hmm. Mine says it doesn't even require that really, but he was just on the whole idea that you know they were just there, but they put like they put something where there was like some sort of fiberboard that was supposed to be inside the doors section of the Kallax here, and um they screwed it in the wrong way round and decided rather than unscrewing it, they just tore the fiberboard off, which means lovely structural damage. And then the third couple took 3.5 hours and built one part of it, and
Okay.
didn't even put the shelving unit in. They just let it go. So yeah, welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast, where we talk about IKEA. We have actually talked about IKEA 2 weeks back. Actually, they're waiting for the release of This Store Is Closed, and IKEA sent a cease and desist out to the guy for making a warehouse, like a flat pack warehouse that looks similar to IKEA. It's not even called IKEA, it's called Skier. It is a blue warehouse building with yellow text, and
Yeah.
it's based off the SCP story about the infinite IKEA. But yeah, it's not IKEA. I mean,
Well, uh, going back to, let's say, only kind of like IT games focus,
yeah.
they do have some quite cool pieces of furniture for, let's say, gamers, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they have a uh didn't they have like a tie-in with Republic of Gamers?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
They
there
do
we go.
have they
Memory. I
do
have a
have like
memory.
cooperation between them.
Yeah.
What I do like, I cannot. I'm right now on IKEA website, and what I do like, and I will definitely be buying from them,
Mm-hmm.
is the pegboard.
Ah, right.
I love it. I have so much shit on my desk always that I am planning on to incorporate this to like let's hang everything there, nothing on my desk,
Mm-hmm.
like this.
Ah,
Right? Why is
cable.
so things like that? will be going from the wall.
Mm. And
Still
hopefully,
also need, yeah, I still also need a new desk because my old one, my fiance right now, decided to
steal it.
bin
Bin.
bin.
What? Well, what happened? There was only a couple of like chipboard holes in it, and I.
Well, she decided to bin it. She didn't like it.
Well, fair enough. I mean, if you're gonna get an upgrade, then that'll
Uh,
that'll do it.
yes, I am placing an order tonight, basically,
Mm.
um, for um, those guys' desk.
Oh, a secret lab desk.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. I will be within maybe the next 2-3 months. I will be standing doing the video cast.
Oh, you're gonna get one of those. So that
We can.
is a motorized desk. Ah,
That's the plan.
fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I'm sat here with my uh, seat. Oh, what I should do is there
I
we
do I
go.
do like their chair, to be honest, and after almost sitting on it for over a year,
Hmm.
it is a quality chair, something which will last me for many, many years. So I do hope with the desk as well.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm sitting too much in my life right now at work, at home. So I think standing from time to time
Would be.
would be, would be a nice change of pace, let's say.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a good option. I mean, I'm saying I'm on an exercise bike for like some minutes every day now because
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get rid of big belly again and actually make a proper go at it. I've said this a few times. One thing I noticed, and I was saying this to Martin as well, is that I tried to get back on the bike, and I saw the progress I made in being able to do it for a bit without, no, I wouldn't say collapsing, but without struggling, reduced. And then I realized at that point that I was on the bike before I went to see the wrestling show, and then since COVID, it took it out of me, and
Yeah.
so it just turns out it does affect. It's like COVID, it's gone. The long COVID bit still sticking around like an absolute pain.
Well, you
An
never
absolute
know. You never know what's around the corner.
yeah, yeah, that's true. So, with your movement, oh, and hello, we have a Duncan now, which means I
Oh,
get rid of my whoop. Nope, that's a Darius. But we do have a Duncan joining the chat, who's now in my spot. So I am now Darius. Darius, you're now Duncan, and Duncan will now be Ryan. Though that being
All
said,
right, my camera.
when he puts his camera on, it should. Duncan.
yay, there he is.
Gotta have the continuity.
Yeah, he was just
I
recreating
was just
his.
actually holding my face the entire time like that, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, so used to. I mean, Darius, in that month, have you actually been able to play anything?
Thinking,
Ah,
processing lots of data.
I mean, yeah, it has been a month, hasn't it? So
um,
I'm just changing text while this happens.
Video games, not really, not that much. I didn't have much of a choice. Well, the
Mhm.
chance to play. I did play a little bit of continue the story of Lego Star Wars.
Ooh.
So I've done the 1, 2, 3, 7,
Mhm.
8, 9, and now I'm on the episode 5.
Ah. So what made you feel is I mean, is that the game order that it does that, or was that just your
No, you
choice to?
can you can basically choose the order you want. However, you
Okay,
can on the beginning you can only choose whether you start with episode 1, episode 4, or episode 7.
I see.
However, the actual Well, remembering and even having still and playing the old Lego Star Wars, the
Mhm.
first one which came out like don't know 20 years ago or so. That game feels flat.
Oh.
Okay, you do have much more things to do. You've got open world, etc. However, the levels feel shallow. I don't know.
Ouch.
It was something special about having 2D camera in the game and just
Mhm.
basically jumping left and right.
Yeah.
And once I got the control of R2D2, okay, there is a ledge. Remembering the previous game. Okay, so if I jump, I can just hover over it and still land. Aha, no such thing like freaking hovering.
Oh.
You just
Wow.
and yeah, I think because they tried too hard to make it an action game
Mm.
rather than platformer. Because right now you have like third person camera behind your character where you can freaking aim wherever you want.
Yeah.
I think that broke for me. I think that broke the game.
Fair
It's still
dues.
fun. It's still fun. It's still a right game. But good thing I have not paid. Fine.
Oh, you went. How much did you? Was it a good thing you didn't pay?
It's good thing I did not pay full price for it
Full price.
because full price I would be really disappointed.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
It's not a game worth 50, 60 pounds. Okay, there's a lot of content, etc. I do understand that, but the actual experience, it's something like it lacks something for me.
Yeah.
The magic of Star Wars, basically.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a shame
Well,
because
Ken,
it's a
good to
shame
see
because that
you.
was a. Oh yeah.
Sorry, what is?
Darius was saying hi to you.
I'm just saying good to see you because I've
Hey.
not seen you for ages, man.
Yeah, we haven't talked since the last time we did a D&D together.
D&D, that was ages ago. Well, hopefully everything will be starting going back to normal with me, so fingers crossed we'll be back up with it.
Fair enough. As I might actually be able to join for a session at one point. Maybe we'll just look at getting it all in. Oh look, everyone's subscribing now.
Yay!
Hey, sub me now. No, well that doesn't work. So yeah, I was just like saying it's a bit of a shame because I was actually looking forward to the Skywalker saga or sort of whatever it was. Not enough to, as I pay full whack for it. We've already got a situation. I'm sure Martin can find them somewhere where we've got the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy games. So sort of having this one come out and then just go, oh well, here's all this. It's going to take a little bit more. I mean, the remake culture is sort of there at the moment, and I can see what Traveller's Tales and Lego tried to do with the Skywalker saga. Just like, right, we're going to do this. We're going to give you the other three, or like the new trilogy, and we'll do some tweaks to the gameplay of the original two. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Doesn't always work, especially when you're doing a remaster of a game which you grow up with, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
And okay, you can do definitely graphic upgrades, etc. But once you start doing like changing too much, it can be either really great or really bad.
Oh, Steph's about to fly
That's my
away.
opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, Steph, yeah, we saw Steffi boy where I was earlier today.
Oh, cool.
Hanging out with the man, the boy.
The man, the boy, the legend.
There you go. The man, the boy, the person.
And considering he said he can't see and he can't hear, then you know he'll have to hear this on Thursday, or if he watches the VOD later, maybe. Right, Duncan, my friend,
Me.
what's happened
I
over the
assume
past
this is the
week?
part where I'm supposed to somehow justify the fact that I am a regular member of this podcast by telling you about a game that I may have hopefully played in the time
You.
it's been since the last time we
I
did
mean,
this.
to be fair, we spent the first like 15 minutes of this podcast talking about IKEA. So,
Hey, IKEA, IKEA's pretty legit. Any like low to mid level furniture,
yeah,
all about it.
this is where Duncan
They
shows
pass
us
the
a piece of
standing.
IKEA.
No, well, actually, that's not IKEA. That's actually like legit. That's a very nice dresser there. That's probably like a $2,000-3,000 dresser.
Ah,
Not mine. I didn't pay for it. That's a hand me down. So was the bed frame. It was part of a whole set.
fair enough.
The whole set together would have retailed like $8,000. But we got a really sweet employee discount because my stepfather used to work at the Brick, which is where we bought this,
hmm
and it's been in our family for like 20-25 years. It's not going anywhere, not until the whole house burns down. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. It will
um,
live. It will
do I
live
have
there.
anything?
I do
Do I have
love
anything here
quality
that's
wood,
from?
so
Do I have anything here that's from IKEA right now? I actually don't know if I have any IKEA furniture in my room right at this exact moment.
Wow, that makes one of us.
I mean, that shelf might be IKEA, but I didn't build that. The little laundry hamper down there, I think that could be IKEA potentially.
Ah,
But yeah, I'm not sure.
there we go. So,
Yeah, I've got.
there may be IKEA. There may be IKEA.
Maybe it's IKEA.
Maybe maybe they're
Says
bored with it. Maybe it's IKEA. No, it doesn't really.
yeah, yeah,
I,
exactly. But
Uh,
video games, right?
yeah, that's also a thing we do.
So I've been playing a little bit of this of a board game. I know Darius
Mhm.
is a board game person. You might even know what this is. It's fuck, what is it even called? It's like Champions, Marvel Champions. It's like
yeah, card game.
it's a card game. Yeah, where it's sort of like a cooperative card game where you're like
Yes.
fighting like a supervillain type thing with
Mhm.
like
No,
a pre. You can have a
I'm
pre-built deck or you can build a deck.
yeah.
Cool.
So it was sorry, what you saying? Was there something you're familiar with it or?
Yes, I am really I am familiar with it. To be honest, I'm not sure why I still don't have it. Probably there's something like I don't have it because with my girlfriend I will not be ready to play because she's not into it. And with your lot, it's really hard to find common day when everyone can like gather together and come to my place and play it.
Yeah, there
Um,
is there is a tabletop simulator
yes.
thing on it. It's very well scripted. It's pretty well put together.
Yeah. It's
So
like
yeah,
campaign based as well, isn't it?
yeah, you can make a campaign. You can do just a fight against a dude, or you can make it campaign based.
Hmm.
It's all right. You play as your various favorite heroes. You can be Iron Man, Spider Man,
Yeah.
a bunch of
Then we
other
can buy
characters.
extra packs, extra characters.
See.
Yeah, I imagine that applies mainly to the physical edition, but
Yeah. Yeah.
everything's kind of all there and ready in the digital version, the tabletop version. Well, TT. I shouldn't say tabletop, but
I
the
think we can
tabletop
make
simulator version.
Mhm.
we can make once a plan to play it one evening with all of us. I think it's
Maybe.
4-player game, isn't it?
Yeah, up to 4 players. Yep.
Well, let me add it to the play session list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
could be,
definitely.
could be
I
a
will
place.
be up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be able to run you through all of the rules because I've had them all read to me secondhand through my friend, who's very inattentive and has gotten many of the rules wrong already.
Oh, house rules.
So we would definitely have to sit down and like really actually look at it for real and not just kind of wing it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. If you're a fan of tape deck building style games, it's not, like I said, it's not really deck builder unless you make your own deck. Or if table like collectible card game type games, that sort of genre, it's fun, and like I say, it's cooperative, so it's not like yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to tear each other apart. So
Yeah, we don't have to ruin friendships by fighting over who kills who first and who's
cool.
collaborating with you. It's like you just play your cards.
Cool. That's kind of slightly reminded me a little bit of I mean, just sort of other Marvel board games that I've played. It was like me, Martin, and was it D? We played Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda forever.
The Black Panther themed board game, and it was basically the best way of describing it is it's a competitive game. You are,
Competitive.
yeah. So it is sort of an idea that you are like fighting each other because the whole aim of the game is to be the next Black Panther
Okay.
and leader of Wakanda. And the sort of the way that you do it is that you have to fight supervillains from Marvel
Mhm.
by taking your turns and doing stuff like that. But priority goes to someone who has become the Black Panther, or like someone who is the Black Panther, and they sort of have the first turns regards to stuff. And it's like whoever gets the most points or whoever hits a certain amount of points wins the game and becomes the new leader of Wakanda. And that's sort of the idea, is that the boss is always in the middle, and they're ready to sort of mess you all up. So you kind of have to work together to defeat the boss, but a lot of like the buffs that you get out of it, you get by beating the boss or like last hitting. So it basically becomes Conquer the board game. Everyone all fights together, and then the son of the bitch who comes in with the last hit gets all the loot. And they've already spent all their money on there, so you can't kill them afterwards to get that loot back. But there's like duels in it as well, and there's a lot of dice rolling, so there is an element of RNGesus in it, but you know.
I think my favorite like version of like the the competitive
Mm-hmm.
genre, it's like, and it really like barely qualifies because you can 100% play it with zero cooperation if you really want to.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Munchkin, actually.
Yes.
I like how how much like negotiating there is of like, if you help me with this, I can give you the loot, I can give
Mm-hmm.
you part of the loot, and like some people can and like there's different levels of like sometimes the player really needs your assistance with this, and you can kind of leverage them for more resources and more rewards. um but alternatively, maybe they have the means to destroy the boss, they just don't want to spend cards out of their hand to do it, and they're just kind of looking for someone to help them with it. It's like, so there's like different dynamics of when the turn player is at an advantage and when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah.
just my economics brain going off
Yeah. It's just
with
it's sort of
Pumpkin.
the sort of the levels of alliances that can be formed and
Yeah.
broken within the
Yes.
space of a turn.
Yeah, and then you get like, three people agree to fight this monster. They all get one piece of loot each, and then the last player comes in and buffs up the monster, and they all get killed.
Yeah.
Things like that. Love it.
Yeah.
Munchkin's great. I love Munchkin.
Mm.
I don't play it
We
as much as I want to.
we have the deluxe version of the game and a couple of expansions that are in there,
Yeah.
particularly Star Munchkin with the feature in it of the the laser cards of a weapon that, provided it ends with Azer, you can just keep stacking it as a weapon that you can put in one hand. So you'll end up with something like oh, Steph can hear us. We gotta be careful.
Quick, don't say anything bad about stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, he's a wonderful man.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah. But yeah, so I ended up with like, there was one situation where it was just like I had a short firing laser mazer baser saber. It's just one thing, and it just adds the power all the way down. It's just like,
I love it.
so.
Yeah, I don't think I got that set, but I do remember I got a few expansions,
Mhm.
and it used to be a regular fixture in our home, but unfortunately, it just hasn't been used very much in
Ag-
recent years.
Again, I think that I have the access to a scripted version of Munchkin Deluxe on Tabletop Simulator, and we
I
could
know
add.
we've played it. We've
I think
definitely
you
played it online.
do. I think you do. I think we once played
Long,
it with me,
long
and
time
I've
ago
played
we
it
did that.
only
Yeah,
once on tabletop.
Mm,
yeah, a long
So
time
I
ago we
would
played it.
love to play it a little bit more.
yeah, it's just stuff that we'll just have to throw into the situation. Again, it's just one of those. Just have a pot of, because we basically do have a pot of play sessions and games, dependent on who or how many and who is around, just to make sure everyone's in and welcome, and we got that. I mean, up to the point where if it just ends up being an absolute massive bunch of us, we just throw out a Jackbox party pack, because you cannot go
Yeah,
wrong with a party pack.
no, you
Yeah.
cannot.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just one of
It's
the great games, isn't it?
it's just one of those things where it's like there's like 30 Jackbox games and all of them have near infinite replay value. So it's like you just have like it's like the ultimate like we have no plan, let's just throw something on and play, and we'll always get something new. We'll always get some new different experience.
Yeah. God, I feel like wanting to play that like TED Talk game again. What was it? Talking Points. Where
Oh yeah,
again, I just
where you
feel
like someone like manages your slideshow for you and you just
yeah.
have to improv the thing. Yeah, I call that the what do I call it? It's the
Whose slide is it anyway?
or the Impractical Jokers minigame,
Yeah.
because that was like that's been like between challenges and punishments. The idea of like them giving a slideshow presentation they've never seen before. They've done that several times, and it's always good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh it's great. Just have to like I say, we'll just end up putting in the pot of play session games, and just we'll have to go back to that at some point. Right, I'm going to move on to the next section, because I can tell you this: I have played more Guild Wars and League of Legends, and I don't know how much more I can talk about at the moment. I have started playing Marvel Snap, the mobile card game.
Oh yeah, is it any good?
I I like the idea. I need some more time with it, but sort of the concept of a card game where the aim isn't just to destroy your opponent; it's zone control. So you only play with like a small deck of cards, and the idea there are 3 zones that appear
Mhm.
on the battlefield, and you and your opponent play a card at the same time, and you do it for 6 turns, and whoever controls the most zones after the 6th turn wins. And you play cards that combine with each other, and the zones themselves can have different features, like the Vault, which is the big prison in Marvel, which basically says on turn 6 you can't play cards here because they lock it down like a prison. And there's sort of other zones that grant power to cards. There was one zone that I played last night, I've forgotten the name of it. It's basically once you play a card in there, it fills the zone. You can put 4 cards in any one zone. But this particular area is once you put a card in there, it duplicates it and fills the entire zone with that same card. So that can throw some really, really fucked up combinations in there. But I haven't fully got round to experiencing it. Martin's played a bit of it. But I think at the time we're playing, he's not moved on to the other part of the game, the other feature, which is the snap feature. So as you level up, it requires a certain amount of cosmic cubes to level up as you go. And once you hit a certain level, you
Some of
can
those cosmic cubes are hard to come by, and you have to pay.
no.
Right. Okay.
That's basically your experience and your rating effectively. Games will end up being worth cubes, and the winner takes the cubes, the loser loses cubes. But you can do a feature called snap, and when you snap, your opponent has to win on that turn, or the game's over. You can retreat and lose some cubes, but if you try and risk playing to win and you fail on that turn, it's over. Your opponent can counter snap and then that leaves you having to do the same thing. But it adds a bit of a bluff feature, so it starts playing like a little mini Magic the Gathering or mini sort of power-based card game. The way that you gain mana each turn is similar to Hearthstone, so you'll start with 1 mana for your first turn, 2, 3, 4, so on. But yeah, it then ends up being this weird sort of bluff game in the middle of it. It's like, oh, I mean, I've got these cards that I could win, but could I just save myself the trouble and say that I'll win this turn, and my opponent just pulls out, or do I take the risk and sort of have them suddenly holding the fucking Hulk in the thing, and that just adds 12 power to his own, causing me to lose instantly? You know, it's that sort of gameplay. But I'll talk about it more once I've played more of it. So
Fair enough.
So we'll go with that. Right, as you can see by the shirt that I'm wearing, it is Churizd sub time again this year. It's the annual Desert Bus for Hope
Yeah.
thing. They're going at the moment, and as of recording this podcast, and there's a reason why that I'm mentioning this, it is currently been going for 23 hours. Well, nearly 24 hours, just shy of 24 hours, and they have raised $143,156 dues.
Very nice. On both counts.
Yeah. So what I want to do is just a little game, a little prediction game between us three, and then next week the run should have ended. And I'd actually like to see how close we get to our predictions based on the fact that this is, for the VOD, is coming out on Thursday. So our predictions could already be wrong by the time this gets uploaded to YouTube and Acast and wherever your podcasts are served. So last year, they raised, and this is really the first year without like COVID and coronavirus being as prominent as it was. I mean, me and Duncan have talked about this like last week with the End of Worlds. Bouncy dog. For those listening to the audio version, just watching a dog just bounce onto Duncan's bed and has took a sock.
Oh, that's my sock. Oh well, that's fine. It's not a good sock. It's on its last legs, so to speak.
Still a sock.
And yeah, it's probably gonna get thrown out at some point. I just noticed there's a tiny little hole in the bottom, which is like, yeah, that's enough.
Fair enough. Sock napped, says Steph. Right, so last year, Desert Bus ran for 127 hours. No. We looked at this last time. 157 hours, I think it was.
157 hours, okay.
And raised 1.2 million US spondyludite. Now, taking coronavirus into effect, and the fact that we reported the world's viewing figures down on the previous year due to the fact that people were able to go out, how long do you think the run will go, and how much do you think they will raise this year? It was 167 hours, 1.22 million. I said it was going to run shorter than the previous year of 100 and 150, 156 hours, I think I said. Which at that point I think they would raise maybe 970,000. Does anyone want to think they can try and beat me in a fundraiser prediction fund?
What was the last pre-corona?
So the last pre-coronavirus one ran for 162 hours and raised 865,000. I'm sort of getting Duncan's money brain going here.
I could see, like 160 by a million, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Is that about right?
I mean, it could happen. Could happen. It could just be a large amount added at the end of the run. Remembering on the account here that I'll also just add this in. I don't know if this will change your thing. The way that the run works is an hour is added on for every certain amount of money raised that increases by 7% per additional hour.
Okay, so oh boy, it would be a whole.
So if you were like getting to like 1 million odd, you may end up in like the 163 hour portion. This is interesting. It's just a game. Yeah. It's just a game.
Well, I would say 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours. Yeah. Well, I mean, what a stream that would be.
I don't know, but I think for a 1,000 hour stream, you would basically have to. You would have to be donating more than the value of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk combined. I mean, if you want to say that the amount that Desert Bus 2022 will raise will be around $3 trillion, then
yeah, MoneyBrain would be working if MoneyBrain wasn't tired from 2 days
of
social interaction. 2 solid days of social interaction.
Steph says 200 hours and over 2.2 mil.
I would say 1.5 mil.
1.5 mil.
1.5 mil.
So you'd be realistic looking at a time of 169 hours, maybe.
What is the base amount of like cost?
I think it's like it would start off by $1 and then you'd add 7% onto that. So $1 would get you from hour 1 to hour 2, and then $1.07 would get you from hour 2 to hour 3, so on and so forth. Currently, 36 hours being run so far. I love this. This is. Yeah, wait a minute. I mean, it's video game adjacent.
So by 160, 160 hours, it would cost $50,000 to increment by another hour. The question is, I don't know how to. I would need an Excel sheet. Hold on. Can I do this in Excel?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could look.
Okay, I think I can. I wonder if I think I could whip this up in not terribly long period of time. Okay, let's get some numbers down here. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just go ahead and copy paste this down to 160 because that's where I'm guessing. 160. All right, and then 1, and this number is equal to 1.07. This number is equal to this number times 1.07. And we'll go ahead and drag that pattern down forever.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually
okay,
just while this is happening.
That worked correctly. Then we'll go ahead and
Desert.
Where's the AutoSum?
There we go.
It's a guessing game. I'm
sum that. Okay. So according to my prediction of 160 hours.
Yeah.
If I predict 160 hours, that should get us to somewhere in the neighborhood of $768,000.
That's not bad, because that was the 2018 run where they ran for 160 hours and made 730,000.
All right, prediction locked in. 160 hours, $768,000.
Fair enough. So Dariusz, you were like going for an amount. The recording will show it, and we'll come back to it. Maybe I'll pick it up.
1.5 mil.
1.5 mil. So
1.5 mil.
So basically, yeah, that's like 168 hours. Because at that point, it does get something ridiculous, like 200,000 required for an hour. So, I mean, that being said, just earlier on today, people paid around about $2,000 just to make someone crash the bus. So, Right. Let's do a quick rundown of a couple of bits of news. Are we ready to play Immaterial Gamers laughs at crypto catastrophes again? 'Cause I think it's time. I think I might need to move or to take the headset off, move away from the microphone, and just go. I'm sorry, that's terrible. People have lost money in this. Okay.
Oh, Ryan, ever the cruel.
Look, NFTs can
Cool.
fuck off. Like, pump and dump scams can fuck off. And the world's biggest crypto that's not Bitcoin, FTX, can go down the pan, I suppose. Or FTT coin.
FTT coin.
So the FTX CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, has resigned as CEO of FTX, and the FTX company has gone bankrupt as of Friday, because
Standing.
it basically the cryptocurrency collapsed. I mean,
Shame about that.
Yeah, they're going on the idea. I mean, the Kotaku article. I should post this here. They are going on. If you have a look at the link for the article, they are on the idea that it was just a scam. I mean, I guess speculative currencies, are problematic. That's. I mean, we did take the piss out of them. We did take the piss out of NFTs, and we will continue to do so. You're paying for a receipt that says you own a link to something. You don't own it. Someone puts up an NFT of the Mona Lisa, you don't own the Mona Lisa. Stupid idiots. But
Yeah.
I mean, particularly though, this coin sort of reminded me that this was the thing. So what? Who the heck is Sequoia?
Well, have
Assume
you
they're a
guys
company.
invested in any crypto already?
I have not purchased a single unit of any cryptocurrency. I've been pushed and prodded into doing things like just the classic like Bitcoins, Ethereum, and such, but I just nope, never have.
Just do stocks. Stonks.
Yeah, I've got stonks. I got some stonks. Stonks do it really well, actually.
Yeah,
Boeing,
stocks. Yeah.
Boeing was up going crazy. It was like 15% up on Friday. Hell yeah!
Very nice.
Made like $200 in one day of trading. If it corrects to what its pre-COVID price was, I'm gonna make $2,000
nice
off of that.
Nice.
But it has to get there first. Right now, it's like $200.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Happy with that.
Yeah. You see, there's a reason why these established systems work, and it's not because of secret insider trading by the 0.1% of the 0.1%, i.e. George Soros, and his crazy conspiracies to have the gift of eternal life by devouring the life force of children. That's not true. It's a conspiracy. It's stupid. You are a moron if you believe it. That was a public service announcement from Ryan at Immaterial Gamers. Ryan's opinions are his own. But yeah, the reason that FTX caught my eye is because there is currently an LCS team for League of Legends, currently called Team Solo Mid FTX. FTX sponsored their team with a massive investment to wear t-shirts with their crypto on the side of it, and you know what? That's now worth fuck all. Why are people not learning? You can't get rich off speculation. Well, you can. That's what the whole stock markets are about. But I mean,
it's like it's definitely walk it back, rewind.
So hold on. How about decentralized speculation then? 'Cause at least the
But
thing with the thing with
it's hard
stocks is
to
they're
get
released on
rich
a.
on speculation on a thing that doesn't have intrinsic value. You know,
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. There we
you
go.
know, like
Duncan
you can
providing the good
speculate
words.
on you can speculate on like a company that has like some kind of fundamental worth.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, well, this company is not particularly efficient right now because it's scaling up, or the market, that particular industry is down, mismanagement, this and that, 1,001 reasons. But then you go, okay, you know what? I can see these things. I can see where they're going. They just got to get there, and in a year or two, 3, 5, they could get there. So
Hmm.
buy some stonks and hold. Just wait. The money will get there eventually. Yeah, it's like when you lack the ability to perform some kind of any form of fundamental analysis on the underlying product, it's like things get a little hairy, to say the least.
Hmm.
That's why I
Oh,
don't trust it. And that's the big thing about is when they teach you how to be like a financial planner for yourself or
Yeah.
for anyone else. The big thing that they drive home is the know your product uh philosophy, which is like, never sell anything to anyone that you don't fundamentally understand what it is or how it works. And that's the philosophy I've been following. I don't buy cryptocurrency because I fundamentally do not understand what it is or how it works. Even if someone explained it to me perfectly, I don't think I'll ever have the level of confidence that I need to invest significant amounts of my own actual money into this thing that makes no sense to me.
yeah, yeah. Bloody. Okay. And sorry, I just also checked your chat there where you talked to Steph about his like 2 million. So you wouldn't be getting 200 hours for 2.2 million. Closer to 175, you said, yeah.
Yeah, 2 million. I was just doing. There's probably a really easy way to do it in Excel,
Hmm.
but I just didn't have the time or the patience to set it up properly. So I just kind of did some trial and error, and I winged it. I found that at 174, you're at 1.8 million at about 100,000, 120,000, you know, for another hour. So you increment that up to 175, that's about 2 million, roughly.
Wow. Fair enough. Speaking of wow, Jesus, do you know what November 6th, 2022 was?
Steph and Terry's birthday.
It was actually, yes, and we said happy birthday to them. But it was also the known day or the day of the SAO incident in the anime Sword Art Online.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
November 6th, 2022. So let it be known, and I want to see how long before Duncan goes, fuck off, fuck no, to this, that the founder of Oculus, Palmer Luckey, has designed a VR headset that can kill you.
I'm on it.
Uh, uh, it's just like, why would you do that?
I
That is such a Jeff Goldblum moment of like, you spent so much time thinking about whether or not you could do a thing, et cetera, et cetera.
You didn't think of whether you should.
Yeah, it's just like you've put it out there, right? It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it's like the atomic bombs, right? Okay. Someone did some math. Very smart guy. You may have heard of him.
Mhm.
You probably know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, the real ones
Uh,
know. Um, he did some math and he figured out that if that the radioactive substances, it's really easy to like break them. Like not like really easy, but like significantly easier to like crack them open than it is, say, I don't know, a thing of helium, for example, an
mhm.
atom of
Yeah.
helium. Much harder to break than like uranium and other radioactive substances because they're all shedding subatomic particles like crazy. And he figured out, based on some math, that when do that and you convert a bunch of matter directly into energy, that some crazy shit happens.
Mhm.
And so curiosity naturally takes hold of you, the scientific community, as well as the governments of the world.
Yeah.
You go out, you build some machines that can do that reliably, you put them out in the desert, and all of a sudden you have a device that can wipe out entire cities, rel- quite
Yay!
very easily and cost efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a mistake. I think everyone in the world, every government, every president, every emperor who is in the world can all collectively agree to some extent or another that that was probably not a good idea. We probably should have just left that one on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Burn the research notes, just not even do that. But now it's out there. And now that it's out there, everyone's got to have nukes because if you don't have nukes, you're one of the countries that doesn't have nukes.
Yeah.
But
And
the
you did
they
the
should, Duncan, I
sorry.
do agree with it to the some extent. Why they create the nukes? They didn't create them first of all as a weapon. No, they create to have pure energy.
Right.
Then
Well,
they turn it into something else.
Mm.
yeah, well that
Same with Nobel. He created TNT. The purpose was not to kill. The purpose was to construct, to build, to detonate rocks so that new houses can be built, new materials can be obtained.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying, like sometimes, these things happen. And now we've got these devices that are just out. You have this design for a device that that can kill its user, and I don't know why anyone would buy it. I don't know why you would need it. I don't know. It's not quite the same. I understand because when you have a nuke, you kind of want to use it a little bit, even just once, just to see what it does.
Mm.
But like the headset, I'm not sure about. I'm scared less about the headset like
I think with
people
the with,
buying it. Like I'm actually not going to buy it. I'm just scared about how somehow it works its way into my life in a way that's indirect and unexpected, and I don't want that. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I give you something. Guess who's also not willing to try out the headset? Yeah, that's right. Lucky himself. Which I should explain. It doesn't have the microwave emitter from Sword Art Online to kill the
No,
brain.
it's just a fucking bomb.
It has fucking 3 explosive charges inside the headset,
Yeah, it's just a fucking C4. It just blows your goddamn head up.
which is to be on the idea that he owns a he's no longer working for Oculus. He's working for Anduril Industries now, which is sort of military specialization. But again,
yeah.
at this point, I don't get the whole reason of the explosive headset on your head.
I think I tell you, I think someone might buy it still who is seeking an extra thrill, who is so bored with his life that he can die. That okay, I'm done. I can die. I'm happily or whatever or
Oh, so
unhappy.
this basically is
And
Sword Art Online.
yeah, and then just okay, I'm gonna hook up myself to some MMO. If I die, I die.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like it's one of those things where it's just like is this device that's like this like it's unmakeable, like you can't like there's no commercial application for this
No, there's
whatsoever.
not.
Like zero is the most unusable product of ever designed because like okay, even if you're gonna do that, it's just like you're just doing that to yourself, in which case fucking like there's other ways to handle that, but also it's like if there's some kind of entertainment aspect to this, is like you can't
Ooh,
televise
can you
it,
see? I
you
can
can't
see it.
stream that.
Oh no. Oh,
I
Darius.
can see it in the malls, suicide center. Hook yourself up to a game and die happily.
Oh
Oh
god.
Jesus.
I mean, assisted suicide, it's a thing. You can do it in Canada. I don't know about other places.
I feel it's at this
That
point
would
we should
be
just
in
say there are various resources if there are any situations like that. I'd check the internet.
I have one much more wilder idea, but
Squid
yeah,
Game.
it's all it's over Peggy 18.
Oh,
VRP.
mm, mm. I think we'll leave
I
that there, Darius.
mm, VR Squid Game.
Oh God. Right.
Oh
Well,
yeah, well that's the idea.
we got one last piece of news. It is time to rejoice. 25 years and a perpetually 10-year-old child has finally become the very best like no one ever was. That's right.
Hooray!
Satoshi has become the very best Pokemon trainer, or as we know in the West, Ash Ketchum. The episode of the Pokemon anime has finally got round to having Ash Ketchum win the Pokemon World Cup, and has therefore beat the
what was kind of funny for me? Reading that episode was airing on the streets on the big televisions in Japan. That was what the hell.
It has become like the biggest moment of cultural significance. It's like, could Japan, won a World Cup, won tournaments? No, everyone, stop. The Pokemon trainer's finally done it.
So is the show? So Pokemon's finally over now, right? Like this is the end.
Yeah, I mean, currently, according to the Eurogamer article that we're reading on this, we're sort of unsure. I mean, he's become the best, but I mean, surely the next step would be to defend it, right? I mean, to be fair, it's took him 25 years to get to that point. Does it take another 25 years for someone to try and topple his throne? I mean, does he finally turn 11?
It would be kind of interesting if it'd be kind of funny and interesting if a very poignant sort of way for the show to end if at the very end he holds up his trophy and literally without warning just collapses dead. It's just that was the only thing keeping him going this whole time. All these 25 years was just this drive to become the very best, and once he achieved it, it's that's it.
So he actually did die in Pokemon the first movie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it was just unfinished business.
He made a pact with Arceus during when he died, and it'd be look, I'll let you go. I'll let you go back. I'll make up some bullshit about Pokemon Tears. It'll be fine. The kids will buy it. And I'll let you go back, but you have to be number one. You gotta make it. And you cannot die until then. Believe me, it's not as good as you think.
I am just picturing that. That would actually just explain the perpetual. I mean, you can't age if you're dead, can you? Oh my god, he's become Pokemon's version of Polygeist. I mean, there is also that theory that human are just Pokemon anyway. So
he's a Poke White from the Game of Thrones world. He's like, we got Fire Whites, so we got Ice Whites, we got Water Whites. It's like he's just he's a Poke White.
Oh, Ghost type.
Oh yeah, actually, Ash Ketchum is totally a Ghost type, 100%. Ash was the world's first Ghost normal type, and people didn't even know.
Oh, classic. Oh man. So anyway, congratulations, Ash Ketchum. I'm sure you'll be able to give us all that business, and hope to defend your title in the next series. Maybe or they just end it. Maybe just grab a new character. You don't need Ash anymore.
Yeah.
Bring back Red. Still remember, I think it was I've forgotten what it was. I think it was there was a mini series, a mini OVA of Pokemon Red and Blue, and it just did have the character of Red. So he was just another trainer. But anyway, yeah, that's me rambling. Right, I think we're done here then.
Good enough.
We talked about news. We've had a laugh at bish bash bosh. I've got a flat pack to build.
Sounds good.
Don't have it. It was just and Duncan's got some wind to release. Oh, that's the soul of Ash Ketchum.
Wingardium Leviosa.
So, thank you very much for anyone who may have come in and watched this absolute chaos. If you did, or even looked at us, if you've looked at us at any point, please continue to look at us at any point. We do this for fun, and we'd just like you to join the ride. So give us a follow on there. If you see this as it comes out on Thursday, I'd love to see where our Desert Bus predictions have got to and how close things might get. If they get to 1.5 million on a Thursday, I'm gonna be absolutely crazy that Dariusz has won and lost still. So That's the thing there. So, and yeah, all our podcasts are available wherever podcasts are served.
At least
So
all the ones that you care about.
yeah, yeah. And some that we may care about. Who knows? Schedule very quickly. Not yet titled Monday stream is now getting back to Pyre. I finished Immortality last week.
If you immortality, that means you're not immortal anymore, right? Does that work? It's like just mortality.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So we'll play Pyre and carry on with the Supergiant games from there. Tuesday, Wednesday, surprise, anyone could turn up.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of like true wild card. Like I know Friday is kind of like our like wild card play in the sense that it's like it's our play session. We can play with anything we want as a group.
Yeah.
But I guess it's more like it's more focused on the group play session as opposed to the wild card. What Tuesday and Wednesday are true wild cards, and that wild card could be nothing.
Yeah, that's why we don't have them in as a schedule, and that's why we ask you to follow, so that you do know when someone goes live. Thursday, Teamfight Thursday is back on the Murder Bridge. I mean, the Howling Abyss. I'm gonna keep saying that. Friday, play session. Again, we'll let you know closer to the time. I've been getting to a point of like 24 hours before a stream, just saying what I'm going to do. And for play session, we'll narrow it down on the day. So I'll try and do, sort of updates on that from there. And then Saturday and Sunday, generally, I didn't do today's roleplay Not In Me Games because I felt rough this morning, and I was keeping my voice for today. So, so that's there. So we're going to finish the stream, and then I'm just going to send our views over to Desert Bus, like they, just so people can watch the chaos like I'm just about to watch after we finish the stream. So, from myself, Dariusz and Duncan, have a good night, and we will see you next time. Toodaloo. Thumb up. There was a thumb up. Oh, hold on. We can do this as well. Hold on. Oh my god.
I think you were not expecting that.
No.
I never see it coming.
All right. All right. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye.
See you later.